Hello everybody, it's Clutch here again with the Sodak Motorcycle Blog. And today, it's not June yet, but you're watching this in June. It's the first Thursday of June, and you know what that means. Comments and beer. So, once again, welcome back to the show. I am Clutch with Sodak Motorcycle Blog. We do weekly motorcycle videos, and one of the weekly videos we do on the first Thursday every month is Comments and Beer. So it's where I talk about your comments. I also give you some commentary on something that's on my mind, and also we drink, if we can find, a pretty good local craft beer. So, first of all, before we start this show, let's meet the star of the show, and that is our beer. Now, it is not from Sawyer Brewing Company. It's actually on this little tape here. It's from a company. It's called Democracy Beer. It is located in Rapid City, South Dakota. And the beer we have here, this is a NEPA, or it's a New England IPA, and they call it NEPA number 2. It's got 6.7% alcohol, very much like an IPA. So according to them, it has a hazy and tropical forward with pineapple, mango, papaya, orange, and peach. It's hopped with Azaka, Idaho 7, and Sabro. And it's, once again, at 6.7% alcohol. It is a 53 IBU. You know, as far as our IPAs go, it's got that it's got that good IPA bite, but it doesn't seem to be overbearing anyway. Holy crud, they sealed that good. I like it when you can barely open up a growler. So let's go ahead and let's pour some out. Let's see if I can actually pour decent without spilling. Oh, hey, that's a good start. And look at that. Not bad. Getting better at pouring those things. Okay. So we got the beer checked off. Also, so the cup we got tonight. Lately just starting talking about the cup. So this is from the Black Hills Veteran March. It's an event I was part of it was from 23. So 2 years ago, year and a half ago. Basically, it's a 26-mile march, and you can run it. You can do, I think they do halves. You can do team, or you can do it with a heavy ruck. So if you're into that kind of stuff, hey, check it out. It's a pretty good event to do. But anyways, delicious as always. So we've met the beer. So I'm going to be a little bit of a Debbie Downer here for a bit. And first of all, let's go ahead and watch this video. It doesn't have any sound on it, so if you're wondering where the sound goes, well, guess what? There isn't any. So let's watch it real quick. So if you've been under a rock for the last month or so, basically this happened in Oregon quite a few weeks ago. Essentially, it was a road rage incident. The reason why I'm bringing it up because, well, you guys, we gotta stop taking bikes to car fights. Because here's the thing. This is like 6,000 pounds. And that's pickup, granted, but cars are like 4,000 pounds. You and your motorcycle probably aren't more than 1,000. Maybe some of you are, but for the most part, you ain't more than 1,000. So first of all, just your weight alone, bike versus car or pickup, you're not going to win it. And guys got to stop. We got to stop with this whole, granted, from reading some excerpts of it, basically it was a deal where the van was being stupid and the motorcyclist was basically trying to figure out, asking the van what the heck they're doing. But here's the problem with that. They see you wrong, you're making gesture beside them, and it's really easy for them to go, whoop, and now you're wrecked. Now to me, was it really worth, trying to show that car driver what the hell's going on? I don't think it was. Guys, we got to stop. Yeah, granted, the road is frustrating. Yes, cagers are stupid. Yes, they do stupid things. Yes, they are not watching for you. Purposefully, and also some of it, sometimes you can't help it, because it's an intentional blindness. It's a thing. But we got to stop. Stop with the road rage, guys. I'm telling you right now, stop it. If you really want road rage, wait till you're in your vehicle, okay? Wait till you're in your car or your pickup. Don't do it on a bike, because once again, that's a fight you will not win. We have talked about before. We've done videos on that before. If that's happening, either get away, either get back from them, or do not confront them, get the hell away from them, okay? If they're obviously not knowing what they're doing, like I said, just get out of the situation however you can get out of there. Don't confront them. Don't start making gestures, because like I said, all it takes is that, and now you're wrecked. Fortunately, that rider survived, and he's alive, fortunately. But that could have ended up pretty bad for him. So I'm telling you, I'm imploring you, I'm urging you, stop with the road rage on the motorcycles, please. Just stop. Just stop doing all of it. Just you know, say to yourself, God, you're an effing idiot, and just move on. Get out of there. Get away from there. Please. For the love of God, please do it. Because when you're a motorcyclist, your safety and well-being very much depends on you staying out of car fights. Okay? So, the road is not a demo derby, but people can easily make it a demo derby. And frankly, like I said, you're not going to win that. Tonnage wins. And, well, you're a quarter of the way to that, and you don't have a seatbelt, and you don't have a roll cage, and you don't have any kind of safety around you. So, yeah, you're probably not going to make that out alive. Like I said, that rider's very lucky to be alive. But anyways, that's enough for the point, what's on my mind this week. Let's get out of the you know, the stuff that's kind of a downer, and let's talk about some comments. So, kind of a slow month this month. We only have 2 comments. So, the first comment, it come here from, it's on my video, this 3-wheel thing is getting out of hand, one of my Sturgis 2024 rally demos. That one was the one I did for the RS. Right? I don't know. I'm going to get them wrong. I always get them wrong. Sorry. But anyways, so this is from James P60 from 2 weeks ago. And he says, the way I look at it is the F3 RS ST Limited Roadsters are like the Softails of HD, where the RT is like the Electric Glide of HD or Honda Goldwing. I went from 40 years of Softail and Electric Glide, sold Softail, kept my Glide, to a 2013 ST Limited Roadster due to health, and the ST Limited has been perfect for me to the point of I might trade in and go with an F3 for next year. My 2 cents. Thank you for your comment, James. I think that's a very good way to describe it. Absolutely. And like you said, the RT is definitely very much, that's their full dresser, their full tour. You can get some more cruiser feel once you step down a little bit. And obviously with the Riker, you can really have fun and really throw it around. So you can do a lot of fun things with all of those. So, and like I said, he brings up another good point, and so many people that I've met and I've know, and also that I've had comments on these videos, is a lot of the reason behind these and why they have staying power is, well, it's a health thing. Eventually, like I say before, eventually we're all going to get at a point where we're not going to be able to probably ride on 2 wheels anymore, and we're going to have to make that choice. Do we go to 3 wheels, or do we completely give up riding altogether? A lot of people, they're fans of the F3s. A lot of them have chosen I want to stay riding somehow. So, and once again, spiders are a great way to keep that going. And also price-wise, they're a great way to save some money on them. You know, you can get that full dresser feel and that full dresser without having to put the extra $10,000 in for your trike kit. So that's why I would choose them, and I think that's why a lot of people choose these. So thank you for your comment, James. We definitely appreciate it. So our other comment here, and this was just a few days ago, and this is from from our new series. It's called Barstool Stories, and one of the stories, this one was my first motorcycle trip from hell. And this is from TRD 4D 4 days ago. He says, I disagree about the Philip SD comment. I drove from Milwaukee looking for a room. Nothing from Milwaukee to Chamberlain, I believe. Only because I finally got to Chamberlain at 11 a.m. Everyone was gone from the night before, and that day's ride-ins hadn't got there. I think that was in 2003. So first of all, thank you for your comment. I will say this. I don't remember talking about Philip in that video. It was a town we went through, but it was actually Walls where we were at. And the other thing is, you did make the mention of it being 11 a.m. Everyone was gone for the night. The problem with that video was, guess what? This was 11 o'clock in the, or actually we were in Wall at 9 o'clock at night. So in my mind, we still would have, I think it would have been a very futile effort trying to find a room for sure. So, but, so that's, so like I said, different time of day. We probably, maybe if we would have got there in the morning that, or in the afternoon, that would have been a different deal. Unfortunately, that was not the case. So that we kind of just made do with what we had. But I am very surprised you were able to find a room. I guess, like I said, it makes sense where you came in the morning and were able to find one because you got the chamber at 11 o'clock in the morning. So, you know, and sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And also, Chamberlain is a little further out than Sturgis is. And sometimes you will run into those issues with Raleigh where you kind of got to hit it just right where with the coming and going. Because not only do you have the people based around the Sturgis Rally for the week, but you also have them, everybody's got to come from somewhere, right? So you see them coming from all over the place, and they definitely fill up the hotels and stuff around the way. The Sturgis Rally is definitely more than the Black Hills. There's an economic impact in the state, very much in Sioux Falls, because that's where the biggest Harley dealership in the state is. That's when you take out all the rally stuff. If not for the rally, Black Hills Harley would not. Because of the rally, Black Hills Harley is probably the biggest one in the state. Obviously, they sell the most volume because they have the rally right beside them. But you take Black Hills Harley out of the element, Sioux Falls is the biggest. Otherwise is the bigger dealership in the state. I think showroom-wise, they're pretty similar, but the rally or Black Hills Harley Davidson is definitely on a lot bigger property because they have that whole rally setup they have to do. So, but yeah, Sioux Falls is a big driver for it. I remember growing up up and around the Redfield area over by Tuller there when I was at home, and I remember in August, beginning of August, you'd see bikes coming through there all the time. My mom, who owned a cafe in Tuller, coming, right before the rally, she would definitely see an uptake in motorcycles stopping by the cafe in Tuller and having something to eat for lunch. So it definitely is a lot more than Sturgis for sure. It definitely spreads out, absolutely. But I'm glad that when in your adventure, you were able to find something that worked out for you. So definitely glad for it. And anytime you can find something that works out, definitely, for sure. And nowadays, I think it's definitely easier to find. Like, in my mind, nowadays, it's a lot easier to just leave from somewhere and go, I'll figure out where I'm going to stay when I get there. Because even in Sturgis now, you generally can find, maybe not so much a hotel, because hotels are going to be hard to get. But if you are willing to spend the cash, I would be willing to bet you might have an okay shot of maybe even giving a hotel room in Sturgis. That would definitely be a long shot, but I know for sure you could get one in Rapid City, and you could definitely get one in Spearfish, especially if you're willing to get out your checkbook. And that's the biggest thing with any of these big events like Sturgis Rally is you can get pretty much what you want. The key is, how much do you want to spend? How much do you want to flaunt your cash around? How much do you want to spend out of the checkbook? Because you can go pretty cheap in Sturgis, but you're not going to really get to do if you come to Sturgis and you want to ride. I think you could do Sturgis pretty cheap, and you could get some decent accommodations. And I know you can do, depending on where you're at in town, you generally can get $5 campsites, tent sites, wherever you're at. Granted, there is no electricity and showers aren't available. You might get a porta potty, but if you want a shower, you're probably going to have to walk to the community center. But you can definitely do Sturgis on the cheap. And you could do, like, if you want to do one of those, everybody does some kind of a breakfast. They're generally $10, which you can get an all-you-can-eat for $10. And frankly, you can get scrambled eggs and probably some pancakes and some hash browns, and for $10, eat that up. That's definitely a way to save some money as well. Also, you can pack your own food, stuff like that. So you can make Sturgis as cheap as you want to make it, or as expensive as you want to make it, depending on what you want for amenities, for sure. But anyways, we kind of rambled there. So, but like I said, that's it. That's the last comment for Comments and Beer for this month. But anyways, one more thing I want to mention before we wrap this video up is we are offering sponsorships. And I know you're getting sick of me hearing about, memberships, but guess what? I'm going to keep talking about them. So for only $2.99 a month, you can get access to videos the minute I upload them. So this video right here, I am doing it the 24th of May. I would guess that I will have it uploaded probably by this evening. And this video is coming out in a week and a half, and you'll get to see it beforehand. I also recorded another video today. I'm probably going to have that done probably in a couple of days. And that one is not coming out till last Thursday of June. And same deal. If you remember, guess what? The minute I upload it, you can watch it without ads. So, you know, you'll start noticing on my videos now, I got lots of videos uploaded, but they all say members first. So if you decide to buy a membership, once again, $2.99 a month, you get access to them when I put them up. Also, you get priority reply to comments. So if you leave a comment on one of my videos, guess what? I will reply to that comment right on that video within 48 hours. You don't have to wait for Comments and Beer to get your comments answered. I'll still discuss them on Comments and Beer, but for the most part, you get that answered right away. Also, you get a little badge by your name. After a month, it basically shows people, yep, you're a member of the Sodak Motorcycle Blog. So I encourage you to consider it. Once again, it's only $2.99 a month. So anyways, that is it for this month's edition of Comments and Beer. I'm Clutch. And once again, I encourage you to subscribe to the Sodak Motorcycle Blog. And if you really want to get generous, once again, you can go ahead and buy a membership for $2.99 a month. Also, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you dislike this video, hit the dislike button. Also, I encourage you to leave a comment because it's one of the things that keeps this show going. And leave your comments, good or bad. Like I said, it's okay. Leave whatever is on your mind. Go ahead and leave it in the comments. We definitely appreciate it. Otherwise, if you're looking for when our videos come out, they come out every Thursday at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, which if you're trying to figure out what Mountain Time is, we are the same time zone as Denver. So if it's 7 p.m. in Denver, Colorado, guess what? A new Sodak Motorcycle Blog video has dropped. But if you don't have to wait for that, once again, you can buy a membership, $2.99 a month. I know you're getting sick of it, but I'm going to keep harping on it till some of you start buying memberships. That's just how we're going to do it. But anyways, for the Sodak Motorcycle Blog, I'm Clutch. We'll see you later.